thank you. There's several questions about, let's see, I didn't miss anybody, did I? There's several questions about turnover of employees right now, and so what do you plan on doing about the revolving door of personnel? How do you plan on keeping well-trained firefighters on the coast? With the constant turnover with CAL FIRE employees, when will the department be trained? And what sort of retention incentives should be offered? That kind of question regarding retention, I believe, is the gist of some of these questions. Let me start with Ms. Anderson.
What is the question?
It has to do with the turnover of CAL FIRE employees, and can they really be trained? And how would we keep well-trained firefighters on the coast?
All of the employees of CAL FIRE are well-trained professional firefighters. Whether they're here a day, 2 years, 5 years, it doesn't make any difference. You are never without well-trained professional firefighters as long as CAL FIRE is providing the service. The new standalone department that they're presenting out of the mouth of their own consultant, the longest they can do a fire academy, 9 weeks. That's almost 50% of what they won't learn how to even drive a fire truck in 9 weeks. And this is what we're going to be presented with come July 1st if this recall does not pass, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Mr. McCusick, what about constant turnover with CAL FIRE employees, and how do you plan on keeping well-trained firefighters on the coast?
Well, I think this is a phony problem. There's no facts supporting any kind of service problem related to the firefighters and which station they work at and whatever they're calling turnover. This is just a made-up fact from the people that are trying to get rid of CAL FIRE. Oops, we run out of words. Okay.
No.
Okay. I passed to the
Watch
next
the
question.
sign.
Go ahead to the next question.
You finished? Okay. Mr. Alifano, question of retention.
This is probably one of the biggest parts of my issue with our current contract in CAL FIRE. The turnover is tremendous. I was the one at the board meeting that asked Chief Ferreira, our now past fire chief that was here for CAL FIRE, how many people have worked here since the contract? He said I couldn't give that information. I said, you can give me the information. I want to know how many people have been here. I made it simple. I said, how many people have worked here since the contract inception? It doesn't matter if they worked here a day or they were assigned here for 5 years. He said 50. I said more. He said it could be 100. I said more than 100. He said 150. He said more than that. He says it could be more than that. The idea or the issue here is we have turnover here. We know this because we look at our training building. It's never changed. It's a revolving door of training. Why? Because the level of training out of their academies here, we want it here. We were told we could pay for this level of training and we could achieve that. We've never achieved that because of the high turnover. The other issue for me too is you want people to know your community. Long-term employees breed success, and that's what we're hoping for.
Thank you. And let's see, Mr. McIntosh, the issue of retention.
We tried to modify the contract by offering an incentive to the CAL FIRE employees to help them stay here. We realized it's a very expensive place to live and work, and it turns out it's not available as an option. The number of people that come through here is large. There's also a good, stable local workforce here. There's a number of people that have been here for a long time. Same was true in the old department. One of the things that's coming back right now is just as we recruit new people to see who wants to come to the new department, a very significant number of them have applied who are currently working here. I have nothing against the firefighters that work here. It's the organization, the way the organization's run.
Thank you. And let's see, Mr. Riddell.
And that's also my complaint. I have a 3-year-old list with over about 100 names on it of personnel that have come through this organization. And if you look at our contract, and this is another sticking point with me in the contract, it does matter whether they're here 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. They have 1 year to meet the training requirements of the needs of this community. 1 year. So when you have people cycling through here 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, they never get the training to meet the service levels in this community. So that's one of the biggest gripes I have with this contract, is the high turnover rate and the training revolving door that we have. We have 3 people here that are never trained to the level we need to meet the terms of our contract. So it does matter who these people are and how long they've been here.
Thank you. And Mr. Cockrell?
Yeah, it's clear to me that I'm not sure if we were at different meetings when I'm hearing some of the current board members speak, or if we were at the same meetings and came to different conclusions from the same data. The reality is the turnover has been no higher and probably lower since CAL FIRE has been here. Let me just read an excerpt from the letter that Pete Bonanno wrote. He said, we have the potential of over 40% of our firefighters being probationary employees. He further said, firefighters with little experience are placed in positions of operating fire apparatus, and many of the fire captains have very little fire experience. It's my opinion that someday something serious will occur, either a life-threatening injury or a large fire loss due to this lack of experience. Ladies and gentlemen, this was not under CAL FIRE. This was our old Nirvana standalone department. So when they tell you about the turnover, they must be going to different meetings, because when the first time I heard that 150 number, when Chief Ferreira asked to see the data, it was refused. The following meeting, he came and refuted that data, I think, very effectively. Thank you.
Thank you. We have quite a few questions on